We're catching up with NBC Sports' Peter King. You can find his weekly column, Football Morning in America, every Monday. Peter, thank you for taking some time to join us here, and hope you're staying safe and healthy right now.
Yeah, in Brooklyn, kind of in the belly of the beast, Phil, but everything is going fine. We're just being really careful and safe. So life goes on, and we're just trying to obey what we're supposed to do.
Saw that you had a chance to catch up with John Elway over the weekend. What were your main takeaways from what the Broncos were able to do in the draft?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is, to add two receivers like they added. I'm blown away by the difference in the Denver Broncos in 24 months. I mean, compare this to April 1, 2018 and everything they've added. Their entire backfield is new. Phillip Lindsay, Melvin Gordon. Their quarterback is new, obviously, with Drew Lock. Their tight end is new with Noah Fant. And all their wide receivers of note are new. And I think the message this year, as Elway told me after the draft, is we gotta be able to play with Kansas City. They're going to be in our division. So that's the moral of the story, I think, for their draft.
What do you think about all these teams trying to acquire a lot of speed here? And it seems like they're just trying to mimic what the Chiefs have been able to do.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand it. I think if you're in a division where, you've got the Chiefs being clearly the dominant team and the defending Super Bowl champs, and you've also got other teams going for receiving speed too. I mean, look at the Raiders. It's either adapt or die in the NFL. And my feeling is, I'm curious when teams don't try to go get speed receivers and don't try to really kind of remake their receiving group. Like New England and Green Bay, I have great respect for those teams. But, wow, I don't really understand not going after speed now, because that has been shown to be, look at the Super Bowl last year. Deebo Samuel was the 36th pick in the draft a year ago. He was one of the five best players on the field in the Super Bowl. Tyreek Hill was another one of the five. And so, it's pretty clear now that is what's important today in the NFL. Receiving, wide receiver depth and receiving speed, too.
Elway said that his goal was to surround Drew Lock with as much talent as he could acquire. What do you think about the Broncos going all in with Drew Lock?
I will find out. He's had, 4 or 5 starts. Clearly, he is a very big question. When you look at a team and how well they've done, both in free agency, the draft, all that stuff, you can do as much as you want, but if the quarterback is not good enough, you're not going to win. The Browns have done an incredible job building a team around Baker Mayfield, but if Baker Mayfield is not very good, they're not winning. So I kind of look at this right now, and I look and see all the pieces that Denver has assembled. And, man, I think people are sleeping a little bit on Phillip Lindsay. I love this guy as a multiple, versatile back. And look, I like Melvin Gordon too. You have to. But my feeling is, if you give me the choice of one of those two backs, I'm taking Lindsay. I think he's more explosive, and I think he's going to end up being more productive. So, but Denver really has turned into a team to watch for 2020 and beyond.
And with the additions that they made during free agency, you mentioned Melvin Gordon, but also Jarrell Casey made the trade for A.J. Boye. Do you think that the Broncos are going to be a playoff team next year?
I think they got a real good chance, especially with the increase to 7 teams. If I had to pick today, I'd pick them to make the playoffs. I think the West is very powerful. I think both Western divisions in the NFC and AFC are both extremely good now. I look at those two divisions and I say, you tell me which team you don't think is going to be at least 500 out of those 8 teams. Look at the Arizona Cardinals. Look at the Broncos. I think Denver's got a really good chance to win 10 games this year.
Now, I know every year for the draft, you like to check in on what one team is doing and get a peek behind the curtain. you were able to do that with the Bucs this year. It seemed like even John Elway said that they enjoyed the virtual draft and the human element of it this year. Did you find that most GMs around the league felt that way?
I talked to 8 of them between Saturday morning and Sunday night, and it was never heard a discouraging word. Even Mickey Loomis of the Saints, who had told me, 3-4 weeks ago that he wished they pushed the draft back. They needed more time to gather info. He said it was great. The league did a great job. And I think everybody really liked the family orientation of it all. So I thought it was a big hit myself, and I thought it was something right now that not only the league needed, but America needed.
Very much so. I know that the next big thing for the league is coming out with the schedule, hoping for that at the beginning of May. The Broncos hoping to play a game in London. What have you heard how the NFL hopes to proceed, and maybe if there are any contingency plans?
I wish I knew, Phil. I don't know what they're going to do with those London games. I just don't know. I think the logical thing is to put them off for a year, because you're probably not going to be able to have fans, or you may not be able to have fans. But I wish I knew. I just don't know that the answer to that one right now.
Well, I think everybody's hoping for the best here moving forward. Peter, as we like to do, we'll let you go with what kind of beer do you have stocked up in the fridge right now?
I'm going easy with the Peroni right now. I'm going with the lighter beers. But the other thing is, I think at this time of year, we're all interested in trying not to eat or drink too much, because we're just in our houses so much and we're not getting outside. But no, all is good. I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Hey, if everybody gains 10, 15 pounds, it's all the same, right? That's okay.
Yeah, you got to grade us on a scale.
Exactly. Peter, thank you so much for your time. I hope you stay safe out there in Brooklyn.
Thanks a lot, Phil. Take care.